Hi there, I'm Sam from Elementary Technology, and today we're here in our Customer Experience Centre. I'm going to show you how you can use the Aver M17 Visualiser alongside a Year 3 Forces and Magnets topic within a science lesson relating to the STEM curriculum. Now the first thing we can do, we can put the sheet of paper underneath the Visualiser instead of having to hand it out individually, which obviously saves a lot of paper and time. We can also go straight in here and we can press zoom a couple of times because it's got such an excellent zoom. You get a lot more crisp comparison on your bullet points. Now I'm going to cover a few today. I'm going to show you which ones use our annotation tool. I'm going to cover this one and this one. Again, it just gives a grasp of attention to the students to see which ones we're going to cover. Now we can get rid of that fairly easily using our paintbrush eraser system. If you wanted to go down individually from the top, we can use a cover up system here which will cover the whole thing up, and you can just pull down on which one you'd ever want. And obviously this goes right the way to the bottom as well, so you can again, if you wanted to do the first three in one lesson, you could cover them without them knowing the other three for the other lesson. So let's dive right in. Okay, so we can just look at some of the points. I'm going to look at the second one down, which we can use our annotation tool to point out like this. We can then read that, which is notice that some forces need contact between two objects, but magnetic forces can act at a distance. This is really effective to do with the Visualiser in class. You would usually have to do this at the front, and there wouldn't be much image quality to the pupils, you know, towards the back. Whereas if you display it on a Visualiser, you get a nice big zoomed image. Now we can just get out of that erase button, and I'll also go to film it. So if we press the little record button here, we'll get a timer in the corner that knows we're filming it. Now we can come over here, and underneath the Visualiser we can show that an object like a 3D printed object needs force to be pushed away, which everybody can see there. As you can see, it's a very good image quality, whereas we can show that with magnets the force acts at a distance because they'll either attract each other or they will repel each other. And then I can come back over here, press stop. This will automatically save into my files, and it'll play back straight away as well in case I need to use it again. Okay, so moving on to the next point again, we can get the annotation feature out. Let's just do this one here, which is compare and group together a variety of everyday materials on the basis of whether they are attracted to a magnet and identify some magnetic materials. Really simple to do under a Visualiser. I've just got a few little samples here. I have a paper clip, a pen, and some 3D printed cogs and a mouse as well. So what we can do is we can jump into our zoom feature, because I have zoomed in a couple of times so we get the image clarity so everybody can see the main points. We can delete our annotation, and if we just press the full zoom out, we can go back to a nice crisp image so everybody can see. So we can go over to the Visualiser, and underneath we can place our object with our magnets, so we can show that this 3D printed cog material is not magnetic at all, and we can also show that our, say, classroom mouse is not magnetic at all. And then we can go across, so we can put our pen, and we can show that the pen is slightly magnetic. And we can also go then to the far end of our paper clip. Now for the paper clip, it would be very simple again to add a little bit of zoom just with it being size. This is entirely up to you, but I'm just going to zoom in once so you get a bit more image clarity. And then we can show there that it is of course magnetic. You could record this as well if you wanted to go back to your alternative lesson delivery. On to the next one. Okay, so for the third and final one, we're going to use the cover up system to show which question we're going to use in here. So we are just going to go down to this one, which is describe magnets as having two poles, which is really easy to do. I'm just going to use a bit of simple annotation and colour just to show this difference. So if we take off our cover up and we go to the annotation system here, we're going to use a bit of colour, so we can go north at the top for one pole, and we can use blue here for south at the bottom. Okay, that's really simple. So now I can come over to our magnets, and underneath we can of course show that when the magnets repel, that's not the right answer for north or south. However, when they connect, we can show there that it is in fact correct. Now what we can do here is as well, if you wanted to show them repelling, we can delete a certain part And again, if we get our pen out and we'll go blue, and we can go 2 souths to show the effects of the magnets against each other, which again we can come over to the visualizer. This can all be done through the software as well. So here we can see that they are in fact not connecting at all. So another nice and easy way to do it. Okay, so there are just a few points from the curriculum. We've covered some really engaging content for the pupils. They've been able to see it up on a nice crisp image through the visualizer, which is an excellent resource for teaching and learning. We could also have a little bit of fun at the end and show them that all of magnets do attract as well, of course. Thanks for listening. I've been Sam from Elementary Technology. We run the Visualiser shop online. If you'd like to get in touch with us, please do so via email or phone. We'd be happy to help and come and show you how a visualizer can benefit your lesson delivery. Thank you.